Hello friends, this is Satvinder Bhatia from Sukhmani Immigration Services, Brampton, Canada. I'm a regulated and licensed Canadian immigration consultant. Today's video is going to be very special because this is video which is dedicated to female, ladies special. Yes, this is a ladies special video. So what this video is, what are the details, I'll share everything with you. But before that, a request. If you have not subscribed to the channel so far, please consider subscribing. We talk a lot about Canadian immigration news, update, tips and tricks on this channel. If you like the video, please share it with your families and friends so that they can also benefit. So without further delay, let's get on to a very special video. And that video is, you know what? I am starting this video with thank you. A thank you, a tribute to all who are in this profession. And by now you have guessed, this is one of the oldest profession, and this profession is nurse. They have played immense role during the world wars, during the major climatic situations, and recently a major role has been played by nurses in the pandemic. So first of all, thank you to all who belong to this profession and who have contributed so much towards humanity. And now I'll be suggesting what are the ways you can immigrate to Canada as a nurse. So how to immigrate to Canada as a nurse? First of all, let me tell you, there is a huge demand, and this demand was already there, but post-pandemic, this demand grew up exceptionally. So much was the demand that even a minister from Ontario went into India to ask for nurses. So this is the type of demand we have here in Canada for nurses. And India is one of the leading producers of nurses, particularly the southern India, the South India. South India, and in South India, Kerala leads in nurses. So, of course, Punjab also produces lots of nurses, but definitely Kerala leads in this. And today, I'll be telling you what are the different ways. But before I tell you, let's look at the two big type of categories. And you can yourself identify which category you fits in. So let's make two broad categories, category 1 and category 2. Category 1 is where a nurse has done GNM or ANM. Category 2 is where the nurses have done BSc nursing. Category 1 is where you are a nurse is age more than 35. Category 2 is where nurse is age less than 35. Low IELTS, category 1. So if your score is low in IELTS, I would say you belong to category 1. If your score is higher in IELTS, then you belong to category 2. So if you have relatives or friends in Canada that can provide you with job offer, then you belong to category 1. If you have no relatives in Canada, no friends, you don't have anybody who can help you, you don't have any job offer, then you belong to category 2. If your VAS, I won't say VAS, I should say ECA. So if your ECA is showing diploma, then you belong to category 1. If your ECA is showing 4 years nursing degree, then you belong to category 2. Now, there is a ECA for nurses is very special. I will talk about it later in this video. For now, these are the two broad categories. You check yourself which category you belong to. If you belong to category 1, then there are different options. If you belong to category 2, then there are different options. So let's look at category 1 first. What are the options for category 1 to immigrate to Canada? If you belong to category 1, there is a wonderful option to come to Canada, and this option is called Caregiver option. This option is called Nanny option. Some people call it, a home child care option. So basically, this program is divided into two categories. So this program, Caregiver program, is divided into two categories. One is home child care program and the other one is home support worker program. So both of these are pilot programs. Together they are called Caregiver program, Nanny program. Under each of the program, this is a pilot, so there is a limitation. 2,750 seats are available in this. So once they fill up, you are done. That is the only problem with this. So as I said, this is one of the beautiful programs. Why? Because the requirements of this program are very less. The requirement, just three requirements. Just three. The first requirement is ECA. You get your education credential assessment done, and that should show that you are grade 12 plus an additional year of qualification. Your GNM nursing, ANM nursing is good for that. So second is IELTS. You have CLB 5, that is 5 each in all, except in reading you can get 4, that is also acceptable. So if you score 5 and in IELTS, you are good to go for this program. So job offer, if you have a relative or a friend who can provide you with a job offer, you are done. So these are the three simple requirements and easy, but only problem is that the program closes very fast. Opens on 1st January, closes very fast. So if you are in category 1, this is the best choice for you. Now, let's look at category 2. If you are in category 2 is minimum BSc nursing, less age, high IELTS, and these are the badge showing the nursing education. So this is the options for category 2. The first option is express entry. So one of the beautiful option is express entry. As the name suggests, this is express, fast in nature. The second option is PNP. So basically, let's talk about express entry first. So basically, if we see, express entry is a program which gets you here in Canada really fast. But first of all, you should be eligible for that. You have to be eligible to make a profile into the express entry. When you are eligible to make a profile into the express entry and you successfully able to make a profile, then the second challenge is CRS challenge. So even if you are able to make a profile and if you do not have a high CRS score, your chance will never come. So you really need to have a high CRS score, at least about 480, 490, so that your chance can come. Only then you will get invitation to apply, ITA, invitation to apply if your CRS cutoff score is higher. If it is less than 480, 490, you will not get chance. So that is the problem with express entry. Now let's look at the PNP. So PNP, it's not just one. There are many PNPs which are available. Many PNP programs are available for nurses. Here I am touching few famous PNP programs available for nursing. So the first, because I am from Ontario, so I will talk Ontario first. So Ontario program is Human Capital Priority Stream. This is the program for nurses can come through this program. Then British Columbia, BC offers under healthcare professional category, they offer skills immigration and express entry pathway. So next is Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan recently launched our international healthcare EOI pool, expression of interest. EOI pool. So I have a complete video on EOI pool. If you have not watched that video, you can have a look on the EOI pool by Saskatchewan. This is for healthcare workers only. The next one is Nova Scotia, which is labor market priority stream. So that is the stream for nurses. Another one which is from New Brunswick. New Brunswick is also Atlantic province. New Brunswick Internationally Educated Nurses, IEN. So they offer a special pathway for nurses, and this pathway is called Internationally Educated Nurses, IEN. So these are various options for international nurses category 2. Now, as I said, the VAS is done by a special agency for if you have a nursing degree and if you want to evaluate your nursing degree, particularly your BSc nursing. If you want to evaluate that, then you have to go to agency. You can see the website here. I'll share the link in the description box. This agency is called National Nursing Assessment Service, NNAS, National Nursing Assessment Service. They are responsible for assessing your qualification. Once they assess your qualification, then, so in Canada there are two routes, like one is called registered nurse, other is LPN, licensed practical nurse. So I will talk about the registered nurse first. If you have to come as a registered nurse, then first thing you need to do is get your credentials, your education evaluated by National Nursing Assessment Service, and this is a regulated profession. So a regulated profession, and this regulation is done by provincial or territories. So at province level, provinces and territories provide you the license to practice. To get that license, you need to pass an exam which is called National Council License Examination for Registered Nurse. So this is the exam which you need to pass. This is for registered nurses, RN. And if you want to come as a LPN, licensed practical nurse. So if you want to come as a licensed practical nurse, again the body which assesses remains the same, National Nursing Assessment Service. They do the assessment, then again you go back to province, and province will provide you with the license to practice. But to get that license, you need to pass exam, and that exam is called Canadian Practical Nurse Registration Examination. Canadian Practical Nurse Registration Examination, CPNRE. So this is the exam. If you pass this exam, you can practice here in Canada as a licensed practical nurse. So there are different codes which are there in immigration for NOC codes, and this is NOC 2021. So some people also call them as TEER codes. So these are TEER codes or NOC codes 2021, and the first code is 31300. 31300 is nursing coordinators or supervisors. 31301, this is for registered nurses. 31302, this is for nurse practitioners and P. Another code which is 32101, this is for LPN. This is a little level below a nurse practitioner. So 32101. Other option is nurse aides, which is 33102. So these are different NOC codes under which you can come to Canada. And in addition to this, there could be other options like Atlantic Immigration Program, and there is also a rural and northern immigration program. So I have a complete video on Atlantic and rural and northern immigration pilot. If you have not seen that, you can watch that too. So in addition, if you want to come, and this is not an immigration route, but you just want to come to Canada, so this is not immigration route, but you can still come using visitor visa, using LMIA, using work permit option, using student as a student visa also. So many people, what they do is they have studied A&M or GNM, and they get enrolled here in the nursing program in a university or college, and they come here to Canada. That's also an option, but these are not immigration options. So as I always say, in immigration, there is no one size fits all. There are many options. There are many ways. It depends upon your profile. It depends upon your requirements, your situation. So if you want to discuss your profile with us, you can book an appointment, and our office is located in Brampton. Email ID, phone numbers, everything is shared with you. Very important thing. If you have still not subscribed to the channel so far, please consider subscribing, and thank you very much for watching the video.